Yo, what's up everybody? Joey J. Ping checking in live, respectmyregion.com. 2025 showroom floor MJBizCon. Our journey brought to you guys by Canna Brand Solutions, which is Danny's company here, founder, CEO, and we're at the vape supply chain train here, right? We're in a series of booths here, everybody. We've got 4 businesses: Canna Brand Solutions, Thompson Duke Industrial, Sample Automation, and what's the last one? Who do we got? Rosin Reactor over there?
Illuminated Extractors. So they're
Illuminated. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, they're selling extraction equipment. That's where the oil gets created. Then we have Sample Automation. They specialize in decarb.
That's the rosin reactor product, right?
Yes.
Super cool learning about that. We'll show a little bit of that later. The Thompson and Duke team here, they fill things.
Yes, they're master dosers.
Master dosers.
Yeah, master dosers,
that.
dosing.
Okay. And then there's you guys. Tell the people what you guys do here. We obviously are, we got vape hardware over here.
Yeah. Canna Brand Solutions. We actually started as a packaging company.
Okay.
One of the first pioneers bringing in vape for cannabis. We're a C-cell distributor. And
the first North American one, correct? Is that accurate?
No.
Not accurate, okay. Well, I'm saying that wrong. Scratch that. Okay, so the reality though is you guys are a C-cell distribution partner. You guys do custom packaging. And so essentially here what you guys have here is the ability to help somebody make a whole vape product, create the perfect SKU. It could be distillate, it could be live resin, could be a blend, could be rosin, all the different things, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
So you're gonna walk me down the line and we're gonna figure out how to make a vape today, basically?
Yeah, we can do that.
Let's go. Okay, first off, you guys, you need some hardware. So do we start at the end or do we get the hardware last? What do we do first if I'm doing a brand?
Yeah.
Okay, so follow me. JD, it's a pleasure to meet you. Appreciate you joining us here today on this little cameo. This is the vape supply chain right here, right? We've got to extract the product, we've got to make the oil, we got to do a variety of things with it, and then we got to get to Danny and his hardware at the end, right? So walk me through what you guys do and what you guys have been working on here at the show.
Yeah, I mean, we're a hydrocarbon extraction equipment manufacturer. So we build, we take the biomass and turn it into oil. Kind of a big thing that we've really leaned into is making isolate, decarbon the isolate. And that's where we kind of paired up with the rosin reactor and do some stuff. We rolled out an automated diamond miner system with them.
So your items go hand in hand with this technology as well.
Yeah, they're kind of like an accessory to what we do.
Okay.
So it's very, very symbiotic, especially in a vape line process. So if you're gonna, take oil and then decarb it and then put it in a vape cart, obviously it starts with us. And
we don't skip steps. We got to make sure we do it right. And so that's the process there.
We did the same thing last year, and that was kind of the whole concept was this train idea of like, so that's why this year we turned into the monorail for Vegas.
Yeah, this is dope. This is the vape supply chain right here, the little monorail. Look at this, being brought to life. This is dope. I mean, and the reality is rosin is not only a trend, but it's a reality that it is not going to go anywhere. We like the gummies, we like the vapes, we like the infused products. How's it been for you watching this trend, what was once just kind of counterculture, super niche, explode into what it is today? How has that been for you guys?
Yeah, well, I think it's a convenience thing, and as consumers go, it's a lot easier to hit the vape, kind of take it as you go anywhere. Obviously smoking flowers, it's got kind of the ritual process that you're going to go through. So it's a convenience factor for people. So, it's always going to lean into that, but it gives you the ability to make everything. Once you have this, even this isolate, you can make every product. You have shatter, you have wax, you can separate it and recombine it and formulate it however you want. You have a lot more control over consistency to the client, to the consumer.
Beautiful. JD, what's your message to the people that don't know what you guys do or that are shopping around for a version of what you guys are offering?
Obviously I feel like we're the only, when we look at hydrocarbon extraction companies, we feel they're all kind of the same. We feel we really are the only differentiator with our technology and the way we've come up with solutions to problems that are just hyper efficient and remove a lot of the problems that create downtime.
I love that. Well, appreciate you joining us here today. We're going to continue to down this journey and hang out with your homies over here at Sample Automation. I'm going to learn about a rosin reactor because I have no clue. I don't come from rosin except taking dabs.
Yeah.
Love it. Come on, Danny. Danny's joining the video back again. Come on down.
Follow us on Instagram.
Thank you, JD. Appreciate you. Oh yeah, where can people follow? What's the website?
Website is IlluminatedExtractors.com. We've got all the socials. Get us on LinkedIn. Get us on Instagram.
Where do you prefer? LinkedIn or website?
Website is best.
Run it, tap in. All right, here we go. Thank you, JD. Appreciate you, big dog. Illuminated Extractors. How we doing, Corey?
Hey, how's it going?
Good to see you. All right, rosin reactor time, sample automation. Danny, how important is the decarb process when it gets down to you 2 steps down the road?
Rosin, it's everything. Live resin, yeah. I mean, for instance, remember you were interviewing Jimmy yesterday out of Colorado, and he wanted to start talking vape. And I started asking him about his rosin. He got really deep into it, and I was like, you know what?
In there, huh?
Corey needs to talk to him, right? Wow. And I think that's the beauty of this vape train, if you will, and just like us collaborating is to really understand what is the problem we're trying to solve.
Yeah.
Right. I don't want it to go in our device unless we know what that rosin is.
You've got to hit these different touch points to really perfect each of these products. And Corey, that's where you come in. Obviously, I'm not a scientist. I don't make rosin. So break this down for me and the people, but also make sure we remember the audience and the purpose why we're here, which is to get these rosin guys over here and improving the best stuff. So what is going on?
Absolutely. So this is the rosin reactor. This is our lineup. It's designed to take your premium rosin or live resin, terpene-rich extract, carbon, basically optimize your jar tech. Know when that rosin or resin is fully decarboxylated, so it's optimal for vape filling, right? So it's post-extraction, pre-vape filling, and maximum terpene retention. So we're trying to just pull out that CO2 gas, monitor that pressure release, and we can do it a lot more accurately with our system than watching bubbles. So it's you get to pair that visualization when you're doing the reaction and seeing the bubbles that you're used to, but you also have the data to reproduce the reaction, and we have the systems to kind of add and scale up. And one of the cool features too is you can monitor and control the system remotely from your phone.
Wow.
So you don't have to be in the lab over the weekend, right?
In these days and age where right now we know the markets are whatever they're doing and it's up and down, but the point is just challenges, right? And as these variables come in, the more time it takes to figure something out, it's labor, it's cost, it's more meetings, it's more iterations of whatever it is. If we can decrease the time and increase the accuracy, that's huge. Right. We don't want to be counting on bubbles to make really data-driven business decisions.
Absolutely.
As this one's good enough for my product, you know what I mean?
It's great for at-home craft person, learning the tech, watching the bubbles. It works. You have your recipe at home, it works. This is for scaling up, reproducing
commercial rosin scale products, vapes,
and really having that reassurance, and also the remote control as an operator.
I was blown away to hear you guys are with some of the biggest MSOs in the country.
We've got a lot of product coming out of these systems.
Awesome.
Very happy clients and very happy with the consistency from batch to batch, regardless of strain, regardless of input material. They can still monitor the reaction with extreme accuracy.
I appreciate you not diving too much into the science to make me look like a fool on this, but I do appreciate you sharing the information in a way that is very digestible, because people wear a lot of hats in cannabis, and rosin is the trend. Live resin has been the way for a while. When we talk about full spectrum and these experiences, these multiple cannabinoids, we want these products that are diverse in cannabinoids to have the different maybe highs or the different medical benefits or whatever it could be. So this technology is important to what I would call the stabilization of this commercialized of cannabis.
We want the carts to taste just like the dab. We want to keep that same terpene profile. We want to dispel the myth that decarboxylation degrades the dab. Just want to say, no, it's more convenient, it's portable, it's a different form. But we want to preserve all the effort that went into growing and expressing all those terpenes in the plant.
Now, without diving too much more into the science, what's your message for anybody else out there that has any questions, maybe where they can get a hold of you? What's your message to all the people here at MJBiz?
Check us out, rosinreactor.com, at rosinreactor on Instagram. You can reach us there. It's the easiest way. Come say hi if you're at the show.
Come on.
If not, hit us up online.
Love. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. The train continues. Vape supply train. Continue following us on the journey. Thank you, big dog. Appreciate you, my man. All right.
Jake.
What's going on, Jake? How we doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
Thompson and Duke in the house. Portland, Oregon, PNW is our region. We're
Cascadia.
going to let them know and bring some respect to what y'all are doing today, because they should know. We got to put some respect on the name. Okay, so Danny, before we get into this gentleman and what they have going on, you're the next step. So as we look into this whole thing from a broader picture, the role that the filling and the manufacturing, or what you said, the master dosers,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
For these guys. How important is that as we get into closer and closer to the hardware element?
It's huge. If someone's building out their facility, they need to talk to Thompson Duke first, right? Then they're working with us.
Okay.
But man,
This looks like a joint and dosing machine.
It is, right. So like we
And
got
this is the vape one, is that correct?
It is. They both do infusing and vape filling.
Oh, they do both.
Exactly. Well, you want
That's
it to
awesome.
you want it to have a lot of utility, right?
Okay.
So
Multi-functionalities here.
multifunction. People are using different kinds of formulations. People are doing all kinds of different SKUs.
Mm-hmm.
People who aren't, giant MSOs, who are small, medium, they got to be flexible. They need to be able to be adaptable. There's always new things coming to market. You want to have a machine that can kind of handle no matter what it throws at you, and that's what this machine is for.
I see it says semi-automatic
It
cartridge
is
filler.
semi-automatic. It's foot pedal operated.
Foot pedal,
Yeah,
okay.
people just fill by hand, boom, 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 one at a time. And this thing is a workhorse. Like this type of machine, this machine specifically, I think has probably been responsible for getting more new brands to market than probably any other machine, barring like 50 shots handhelds, nothing against them, they're great.
Yep, that's the
But
classic.
once you kind of got to get to that next step where it's like, okay, we got to do some repeatability, we got to ensure accuracy, we got to ensure consistency, you got to be considerate of your operators too, because a lot of this stuff is laborious. It's you get a lot of these like RSIs, so we want to have a machine that is completely optimized to make sure that the integrity of the plant, the integrity of the product is just absolutely maintained, right? Because you put in so much work,
Yeah.
so much effort, that by the time it lands in the hands of somebody who's going to enjoy it, you need to make sure that everything just maintains that highest level of quality.
Now, Jake, what is the best case scenario for somebody, or what is the scenario that makes for somebody where they should buy this, or this one makes the most sense for an individual? What, over the years, what have you heard and what have you noticed in terms of the individuals where this one, yeah, man, this was the right one for that kind of scenario for your business, Because it's semi-automatic, it can do so much, it can do different oil types. We're in 2025, rosin's popular.
Yeah.
Is it does somebody doing live resin? Is this the go-to more and more so? Is rosin? What are we talking here?
And you know what? I think kind of what you're speaking about is sort of the tell of the development of all of these products, right? So when it first came on, things were very heavy, intensively distillate.
Disty.
So you got
Honey buckets.
Yeah, you have a little different consideration of, how conscientious you want to be with delicate materials. But as time has moved on, people have become more considerate, more conscientious. This machine allows you to really deal with any of that, right? Across the spectrum. So if you want to do disties, if you want to do rosins, you want to do resins, anything you can think of, you're going to have different experiences when you're filling, right? With disty, people heat it up. They can fill thousands of carts in an hour, honestly, if they're just going like a machine. Delicate oils, it's going to be a little slower flow.
Yeah.
But the payoff is there because then you're still getting, again, that consistent fill across the board. Product isn't getting damaged in any kind of way. And that user experience at the end of the day, when you're getting into hardware that is specifically tailored, again, specifically
to the oil types.
it just shines like it is.
Yeah.
You can't really match it.
So how some people say, oh, the can of Sprite or the bottle of Coke tastes better or different in that, in whatever form factor.
True.
Right. The right oil in the right hardware makes a big difference, right?
It's true. And
beer in a glass always better even if it's frozen, right?
everything.
Let's
right?
go.
And I think that's kind of it. So to your question of like, who is it who's kind of stepping into this lane? It's people who have been doing it by hand and they're ready to kind of say, okay,
yeah,
I want to scale up. I can see a future where I might need to fill 1,000 carts next week, or maybe I need to fill 100,000 carts next week.
Yeah.
And you could get all the way that big with this, and then again, you get in the pipeline and you're getting taken care of.
Yeah.
There.
Well, let's continue down the pipeline for you guys. On this half of the table, semi-automatic.
Semi-auto.
On this one, the automatic, the big dog over here. So hit me with what's going on over here. This one's cool because I do smoke a lot of flower and I vape the shit out of vapes. So
Word.
what is this one doing?
So this is an infusion machine. Obviously, it infuses pre-rolls, pre-rolls. And kind of the outgrowth, or how we came to this, is that just like with all of our machines, you can imagine they're in outfits that got access to all kinds of other materials. And one of the biggest things, a few years back was kind of try to figure out a value add where it's like, okay, well, the cost of flower is so low. Pre-rolls were just killing people, especially on the West Coast or Washington, Colorado. People are getting smoked. And you're looking at it like, well, these people got tons of, disty, they got tons of flower.
If you grow flower, you got a lot of trim if you got a lot of flower. And it's got to get turned into something or thrown away, right?
One of the things about it is there's a ton of ways to do it, right, to infuse. And I would say, honestly, again, this is one of these things where we want to have a machine that allows people to develop different SKUs, kind of get into the game, make sure that whatever they're trying out is satisfactory to what the market is asking of it. And again, this machine, even though it infuses, this is also a vape filling machine.
Yeah.
So you take that off and you can start filling.
Is it like a different tray or insert or whatever the terminology is?
The needle, but it's the exact same thing. It's the same tech. And what makes it real special is that when it's putting that needle in there and drawing it up, you're specifying exactly where you want that ribbon to start and stop as it's coming up. Because, again, the art of this stuff beyond the science is that every experience is going to be a little different. And you're always going to have kind of your technicians and your lab people saying, okay.
Well, like I always wondered if this thing is set up a certain way, like if this is going through the middle of the joint, because that would make sense for a joint in my opinion. Right, but if you're doing a vape cart, and I know like post versus postless is a thing, but thousands of vape carts, if I've smoked thousands or vape thousands of them, had the thing through the middle, so you wouldn't necessarily jam it through the middle of that post or vape. You would have to like, you guys can set things off and move things around to adjust to wherever you're putting it.
Absolutely, that's kind of one of the bread and butters, right? Because again, when we're kind of thinking about this stuff, when you get the brands that are really kind of iterating on the development of these devices, they are making changes. There are permutations. There's different methods of filling. You can adjust everything about this machine. So that was one of the early things. You're putting it at an angle so that it's able to go by that post, right? Get by the side, get in there. Got the oil at that right temperature where it's coiling up there, but it's not like quenching when it hits it.
Yeah.
So it's
there's all these nuances, like you were saying, that go into each of these individual types of oil and the products you're making from there.
Yeah.
Jake, what's your message to the people that you want them to know about Thompson and Duke and what you guys are doing and looking to do in 2026?
I would say our big message is that Thompson Duke and everybody I think that we're connected with, we're here for the long game. This is something where, we're 10 years in. We were the first company effectively in the game to really make purpose-built automatic vape filling machines. We've been successful because we've been committed to the people who use our gear, and that's where we're going to stay. And we've always tried to kind of just stay in our lane and fly straight and make sure that everything is doing what it's doing for the people who have it. And that's going to be our game next year too. It's just getting as many machines into as many people's hands and just helping them have success, man.
Committed to the quality and keeping people on the vape supply chain.
Amen.
Successful ride. We like that. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Everybody,
Appreciate it.
Jake, Thompson Duke, be sure to tap in. What's the website for the people to place an order or get a machine or whatever it is?
You'll find us, man. Thompson Duke. Type it in Google. You'll
Come
find
on.
us.
Let's go. Thank you, brother.
Word.
MJBizCon continues 2025. We officially have made it to our final destination on this particular journey, the vape chain supply chain train. It's got a lot of devices over here. I like the customization. I love the colors. This is sick.
Yeah.
What's the focus right now for y'all, Danny?
3.0 tech. So
Okay.
that's our postless technology. I think the coolest thing about this is the smart temperature control. It's 300 degrees lower than any vape out there consistently throughout the heat line, right? So what does that mean? That means I hit this for 2 seconds, I keep hitting it, I get to 8 seconds, 8 to 10, the first 2 seconds and the last 2 seconds, they're gonna taste the same. There's gonna be consistency. Traditional cores, and not to bash them, right? Because they work great.
Yeah.
But they have an embedded wire in the ceramic, right? And that shoots off hot spots.
Yeah.
So as you're hitting that, right, you're going for a blinker,
Is it more-
it starts burning terps at the end.
Is it a more even dispersion of heat? Is that the right word? Or is it a more consistent
Both.
time frame of that?
Both.
Okay.
Yes. Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the customization and then the variety of devices, right? So
Yeah.
this 3.0, is it across the devices on the table, or is there only certain devices here that have the 3.0?
Yeah, so basically anything you see that's postless is going to be 3.0.
Okay, so
and then
that-
actually over here,
We got the goodies over there, some of
Yep.
the other ones.
And then, how I look at it and just looking at all of this in our business is our customer, it says, you're loud amplified. I look at our customer as the Beatles, right?
You make fire music, make fire
Who's the
art.
audience? Anyone using their product,
Yeah.
right? I look at us as we're the sound engineers, right? We are the roadies, making sure their instruments
Yeah.
get there on time. We tune
Definitely
their
instruments
right?
in the
We're
whole
tweaking with
system.
the speakers.
Yeah.
Right? And then you look at some of these, our other partners here, Thompson Duke, Sample Automation, Illuminated. They are also part of that journey.
Yeah.
Instruments, right? To get the music to the people. And at the end of the day, we want to just amplify our customers loud.
Absolutely.
And, yeah.
I think that's a great perspective for people to look at it. If you're making products, you know, you talk about making the best items, you got to be optimizing. And each of these different steps in the vape supply chain involves certain elements and it's very nuanced in its own ways. There's certain things to really
Absolutely.
pay attention to. There's
Yeah.
different sets of data, right, guys?
Because you're a huge music guy, right?
I am a huge music guy,
Yeah.
and a lot goes into making this type of music and getting it to this audience, and then the tours and the merch, and then things that go on now with social media and collaborations. There's a lot, and
Yeah.
we do see that through the products. We see collaborations. We see the art being improved. We see it going into different devices. We see one brand putting oil in 3 or 4 different types of hardware, and it does happen now. And in bigger sizes, right?
Yeah.
Bigger stadium, bigger 2 gram, 5 gram pods, right? So we see this stuff happening. And it is still going back to it's very important to put the time and energy into each of these steps. And so your message to the people, Danny, each of these steps plays a role in it. What are your final thoughts here, MJBizCon, in terms of what people should really be paying attention to as they craft better vapes, live resin, rosin, or disti? How do you make better vapes with the supply chain and your partners?
Yeah, I think you need to pick partners that are as nerdy and curious as you are about your product.
Yes.
Because if you don't, why are we doing this, right? And pick folks that want to be here for the long game. You know,
Pick
just like
your partners.
Jake said.
Prepare.
Yeah.
Find the right people, build a relationship, create trust, and keep learning. I feel like there's a lot of learning and education going on with you guys all the time here.
Yeah, there is.
The last few days I've heard and learned so
Yep.
much from you guys.
My favorite story, Jamie from Colorado, you were interviewing him, and we started talking about the rosin bar and a few of our other C-cell products for his rosin. And next thing we know, we're talking to Sample Automation and Thompson Duke. And by the time he left here, we understood his rosin so well.
Yeah.
And
that's even without seeing it at that point.
Yeah, and that just gave me shivers, right? Like that's how we need to take care of folks in this industry. He really cared. We really care, and I know the end product in a couple months it comes out, it's gonna be amazing.
It's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, guys, you guys have heard it here first, man. We're Respect My Region. This is Danny from Canna Brand Solutions. You know, he created this brand to be able to help the products get created at the highest level, and for these brands to have a more successful opportunity or a better chance to succeed in the space. And these partnerships here also help mitigate that risk and increase the likelihood of your products being the best that they can ultimately be. Where can people reach out to you guys? What's the website?
CannaBrandSolutions.com,
Yep.
at Canna Brand Solutions. And
On
just,
IG, yep.
just look for us. We're everywhere.
Tap in. I'm Joey J. Ping, Danny, Canna Brand. I'll see you guys in the next episode. I love you guys. Peace. Later.